Hello, Year 2. Welcome to Friday's English lesson. This is the last one that I'm going to be videoing for you. I've really enjoyed making our English videos, but also, do you know, I am so happy not to be doing them anymore because it means that you're all going to be coming back into the classrooms. So from Monday, we'll have our English lessons back in our classrooms with our teachers and our friends all around us. And that is going to be one of the best days ever. For today's English, I'm going to read you a story. And today you get to choose the activity that you do. But let's start with a story, okay? Our story that I've chosen is called Ginger Finds a Home. This is a story that has different emotions. It's quite sad at the beginning. Then it gets a bit happier. Then it gets a bit sad again. And I wonder whether it will have a happy ending. I hope it does. The Ginger Finds a Home. Once there was a little ginger cat who lived in a patch of weeds at the bottom of a garden. His ears were black with dirt. He was very thin. His fur stuck out. His tail was like a piece of string. He doesn't look very well looked after, does he? He drank water out of puddles. He looked in dustbins for things to eat. Every day he searched for food, and every night he went back to his patch of weeds to sleep. Then one day, everything changed. The little cat had found nothing to eat except a bit of bread, and he was cold and hungry as he came back to bed. He stopped. There on the ground was a delicious plate of cat food. He couldn't believe his eyes. He gobbled it up and went to sleep. He had never slept so well. Why do you think he slept so well? Pause and have a think and tell me what you think. Yes, I think his tummy was full. Hard to sleep if your tummy's rumbly, isn't it? His tummy was full and he was happy. You can see in the picture, he even got a little smile on his face as he sleeps. The next night he found another plate of food waiting for him and something else. A little girl. "Hello," she said. She tried to stroke his fur, but he was frightened and ran to hide in the weeds. "See you tomorrow," said the little girl. Do you think it was the little girl bringing the plate of cat food to Ginger? Yeah, I do too. She came to visit him every day. She brought him lovely things to eat. She called him Ginger. Soon, Ginger looked forward to seeing the little girl. He came when she called, and when she stroked him, he purred. The little girl loved Ginger. "Ginger," she said, "you can't stay here. Why don't you come home with me?" So Ginger followed the little girl home. He had never been in a house before. He looked in all the corners and at all the furniture, but poor Ginger was so nervous that when the little girl tried to shut the door, he ran out into the garden as fast as he could. The little girl looked outside. She couldn't see him anywhere. "Ginger," she called, but Ginger didn't come. I said at the beginning that the story was sad, and then it got happy. Got happy when she came. The little girl invited him to live with her. And then it got sad again because Ginger's run outside. He's too nervous in the house. Will there be a happy ending? What do you think? You think there will? Let's read on and find out. "I frightened him away," she said. "He doesn't want to live with me." The little girl was very sad. She was so upset. She didn't notice when Ginger came creeping back in. "Meow," said Ginger. "Ginger," said the little girl. Now, Ginger lives with the little girl in her house. He is a very happy cat. And the only time he ever goes back to the patch of weeds at the bottom of the garden is to sunbathe. It did have a happy ending after all. I do like a story with a happy ending. Although I do quite like stories that have problems in too, that need solving. Now, today's activity is to look at the World Book Day Pick a Mix sheet that we sent you. I've posted this again on Class Dojo today to make sure that you can find it. I'd like you to read a book today, definitely, or listen to a story, or both. Maybe you can read to Mum and she can read to you. And then look at your Pick a Mix sheet and choose your own activity to do today. You might like to make a bookmark with your favourite book characters on it, or your favourite part of your favourite story. My bookmark would have When Santa Falls Down with a Bump in Stickman. You might like to write a letter to your favourite character. I'd have to write to the boy in The Way Back Home. Ask him how he's doing now. Has he seen the alien again? Maybe he'd take me for a ride in his aeroplane. You could build a reading den today before you do your reading. Make yourself a little den inside or outside. Make it cozy. Put some of your favourite things in there. Maybe a cuddly toy or two. And then snuggle down to do some reading. You could make some finger puppets. That's another activity on our Pick a Mix sheet. And have some little puppets on your fingers to tell the story. You could, if you have a box at home, make a scene from your favourite story. I know some of you like building and making things. If you haven't got a box at home, you could always do that with Lego, couldn't you? Make a scene from your favourite story. Or if you've got some toilet rolls, empty ones of course, you could make some characters. Oh goodness me, I could make a super stickman character, couldn't I, from a toilet roll? I might try that later if I have a minute. You choose, have a good look at that Pick a Mix sheet. Read today, read some stories. And make sure you do at least one activity from that Pick a Mix sheet. And just enjoy the story and doing some things about your favourite book. And for our next English lesson, we'll see you all back at school. Bye now.